Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here. So this week's video, how can we develop our intuition? How can we know when our intuition is speaking to us as opposed to our thinking? Well, the first thing is when it's intuition, there's no question from here. Was that my intuition or am I just thinking about it? So the first thing to recognize is if you still have a question about whether that was your intuition or not, then it's more than probable that it's not your intuition, because you're still questioning here. So your attention is in this part of your life. Your intuition is happening in the moment. And what you have that's happening in the moment is your body and all of the feelings that are happening in this moment and all of the senses that are happening in this moment. If you can hear some snoring, that's my little puppy. I apologize. So my intuition goes on where life goes on, which is now my intuition is connected to life, which is why it's intuition, because life that I'm connected to is vibrating with me. It's in harmony with me, and it's telling me clearly, regularly, what works for me, what keeps me in harmony, and what doesn't. But if I hold my attention here in my thinking, then I can't hear it. And of course, we've been trained and brainwashed to have our focus up here, to think about reality, to deduct reality, to use our experience and then formulate what should and shouldn't happen. Now, there's a place for him, but it isn't the primary place. I don't believe. I don't think that he should be our real control center. I believe that she, the heart center, is the real brain, the real control center. And then she has him as her servant, and he's a great servant, but led to lead on his own, he's not great because he uses only logic and left brain. And so the intuitive aspect of us, which is connected to what's real in our life, must be understood for our life to be in flow. So how do I get in touch with what's happening in my inner world? How do I listen to that inside feeling and know that what that inside feeling is saying is the right thing for me to follow? Well, I need to be where my inside feeling's going on, and she's always going on now. So my inner world is always present. My heart is always ticking now. My senses are only ever happening now. My feelings are happening now. He can go off into the future and the past and think about it, but even the thoughts that he thinks are always being thought in the moment. It's just that he can really imagine a past reality or a future reality and take my attention away from where authentic reality is being presented to me. So I've got to learn to bring my point of attention, which is who I actually am, right? I've got to bring my point of attention to where I'm going on. And as I said, we've been brainwashed to have our attention up here all of the time. And the times that we come back into the body are when we're in tremendous joy, love, or laughter. So tremendously fantastic that we're brought into the moment. Or we're in tremendous pain. And often our intuition will continually tap us on the shoulder and say, hey, we've got to do this. That's not quite right. And you might just sense the feeling until finally it becomes so necessary that your intuition, it drives you to the moment with something painful because you've not been seeing what's going on. You haven't been listening to yourself. You've been listening to what you've been programmed you are as opposed to who you are. And essentially the spiritual journey is learning to differentiate between the 2 points and to use him when you need him, but to listen to her. And because she's guiding us all the time, she's telling us what's real for us, what's right, and the easy way, and the way that's in alignment with who we are at this particular point in our reality. So, when things go drastically wrong, it's because we haven't been listening. And so how to develop our intuition, we've got to learn to center ourselves. That means bring my attention into the moment. I'm sorry. His snoring's getting louder. I'm sorry. I've got to bring my attention into the moment. We've got to learn to do that. That's what centering means. So meditation's key, because what it's essentially doing is training me to pull my attention from thinking stuff to the moment. My attention can only ever be in two places. I can either be in my thoughts about life, or I can be watching life, actually observing what's actually happening right now. So because I'm talking about it, I'm very aware of what it feels like to be sitting on this chair, to be looking at that camera, to be listening to this snoring puppy next to me, and to be tasting what I'm tasting, hearing what I'm hearing, feeling what I'm feeling. And I'm also aware of the room that I'm sitting in. Because I'm talking about it, my attention is bringing me to this moment. And so I'm observing myself in this moment. So to develop intuition, we've got to learn to come into the moment 1,000 times a day. Come back to this moment right here, right now. And meditate as best you can. If you've never meditated before, then it's very easy to start. But start with 1 minute a day for a week, and then go up to 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes. And all you do while you're meditating is focus your attention on the moment. Just watch your breath going in and watch your breath going out. Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this. I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you so much.